Now here's the key to the law of accumulation. This law says that everything counts. Everything that you do counts.
That second that just went by, that counted.
You rise, you transcend. Fail, die. Succeed ridiculously. And you might say, well, that's a hell of a world, but whatever, it has to be run by some principle, and that's the principle that it appears to be run by.
Sometimes you have to realize, like, yo, this is it. It's happening now. And this moment decides the longevity of this whole thing. So, you know, some mornings you gotta wake up.
If what you are doing is not moving you towards your goals, then it's probably moving you away from your goals. Nothing is neutral.
You have to watch. You have to watch every single second, because those seconds, they turn into minutes, and minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days, and days turn into years.
This could be the greatest time you ever live if you control what you focus on, if you find a more empowering meaning, and if you decide to model the actions of those who succeeded before you. It can be the best financial time, the best emotional time, the best spiritual time of your life, but you better take control of your state. And if you think you're going to do it just by today, you're wrong. You're going to need to get yourself some rituals.
The great thing about life is it's always your next move that counts, no matter where you are. Look, I was dead broke, my electric bill was being shut off, doesn't matter. You could change your life if you want to. It's always your next decision. So it's up to you.
Today, more than ever, we are constantly bombarded with ever-increasingly sensational claims to get rich, get fit, get younger, get sexier, all overnight, for only 3 easy payments of $39.95. These repetitive marketing messages are distorting our sense of reality.
95% of the population are reacting to life. They're not really living at all. A person's successful if they know where they are, and they know where they're going, and they're progressively moving in that direction. He said that success was the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Anyone that has a goal and they're moving towards it, they're successful.
Those precious seconds, you were either building or you were decaying. You were either gaining ground or you were losing ground.
Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it.
And the beauty about the wins is that it gives you the confidence that the small L's take away.
Yep.
And you go to an upward spiral. People talk about the downward spiral, they never talk about the upward spiral. The upward spiral is just positive momentum and positive momentum reinforcement.
I knew in my head I was saying, get up at this time. I got up, I didn't get up at that time. Train at this time, I didn't train at that time.
Just little kind of defeats.
Exactly, little defeats instead of wins.
Success and failure are generally slow processes, either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down.
You could turn anything in life into something if you just keep showing up.
And you're like, damn, I'm getting lucky. No, you're not getting lucky. You're just reaping the reward of the effort that you put in 5 years ago. The loser calls it luck.
Yeah.
Because they have no ability to dictate their life.
Yeah.
Everything great and worthwhile in human life is an accumulation of hundreds and sometimes thousands of tiny efforts and sacrifices that nobody ever sees or appreciates. It's like a snowball. A snowball starts off very small, but it grows as it adds millions and millions of tiny snowflakes and continues to grow as it gathers momentum, turning into an avalanche that takes the whole mountain in front of it.
But also, things don't usually fall apart quickly either. It's a slow process. A little slip here, a little setback over there, a little wearing down of discipline and will over time.
The Matthew principle is, to those who have everything, more will be given. From those who have nothing, everything will be taken. Every time you make a step forward, the probability that you'll be able to take the next step forward increases. And it seems to increase in a nonlinear way.
There's no such thing as luck. Everything in life is a game of what? Probabilities.
The only shortcut to life is to never miss a day. 1, because of compounding interest. And 2, because sometimes you get lucky. And you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. If you don't try every day, you might miss your lucky day.
You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful than you think. I mean, God only knows what you are in the final analysis. You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strength. And it's like, how far could you take that? If you stopped wasting time, and if you stopped lying, and if you oriented yourself to the highest possible good that you could conceive of, and you committed to that, how much good could you do? Well, I would say Why don't you find out?
I know what his rituals are, because your life comes from your rituals. If you don't develop the ritual, you're kidding yourself.
The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. No, when you read a book, when you listen to an audio program, when you go to a course, when you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts. And it's all going on the plus side of your ledger.
Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know that. But Rome also didn't fall apart overnight either.
When you watch television, waste time, hang out, fool around, and so on, all of that counts as well. And it's going on the negative side of your ledger.
But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over.
Would you clean one drawer? They're trivial, right? Who cares what my sock drawer looks like? It's like, fair enough, man, but that's your life. The things you repeat every day. The mundane things.
Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right.
Success is not doing 5,000 things really well. Success is doing about a half a dozen things really well 5,000 times.
I mean, every morning you get up. I know your body. I can look at your body right now, and I can guess your rituals. Some of you, your rituals to work out 5 times a week, I can see it clearly. 4 to 6 times a week, it's obvious. Because you couldn't look like that if you didn't do that.
Take on some responsibility. Do something for other people. Make your bed. Look around and see what bugs you in your room. Just look. Okay, I'm in my room. Do I like this room? No, it bugs me. Okay, why? Well, the paint's peeling there, and it's dusty there, and the carpet's dirty, and that corner's kind of ugly, and the light there isn't very good, and that's a lot of problems. That sucks. That's a lot of opportunity. Pick something and fix it. My sense is that if you want to change the world, you start from yourself and work outward, because you build your competence that way. It's like, I don't know how you can go out and protest the structure of the entire economic system if you can't keep your room organized.
Compound interest can either work very nicely for you or very, very badly for you. But it's very small, right? Compound interest, you could buy something that was $100 and leave it on your credit card, and that compound interest can just keep going and going. And oh my goodness, later now we owe $1,000. You do the same thing in a savings account, and it's like, oh my goodness, now we have $1,000.
If last week you were like, I'm starting my diet this week, then it is now this week, and you've delayed the pain to today. And that means that the body you have right now is the result of the delayed pain that you are now forcing yourself to endure. So rather than delaying gratification, they delay pain.
The easiest way to think about this is with physical health. Work out a little bit every week, you're going to be in better health. Don't work out a little bit every week, you're going to be in poor health. And you sort of see this happy little spread and difference, and the compound effect of your actions starts to be noticeable and starts to pay off, either for the good or the bad.
So there's an exponential function with regards to success. But there's also an exponential function with regards to failure.
And so rather than trying taking pain now for pleasure later, they take pleasure now and pain later. And so they flip the equation. And so they're surprised when today is later from yesterday that they're in pain.
Whatever it is that you might like to have accumulates in the hands of smaller and smaller numbers of people. Something that had been pointed out in the Gospels, by the way, thousands of years earlier, which was, to those who have everything, more will be given, and from those who have nothing, everything will be taken away.
A person who has a great life by the law of accumulation is a person who's accumulated far more credits, more pluses on the credit side than debits on the debit side.
You don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit day in and day out. That's what it takes.
Evolution every day is just constant improvement, constant curiosity, constantly getting better.
Writing.
Everything that you're doing is either moving you toward the things that you want to accomplish in life, the person you want to be, the wealth you want to accumulate, or it's moving you away. Everything counts.